All right, firstly, apologies. Awesome black belt that I am. I accidentally left it at home, so we're doing it without it. And we don't have our pink belt here for punishment. So we're just going to have to do it unprofessionally, but me, doesn't really worry me. So let's go through it again. All right, so tonight we're still carrying through with our stack passes. I'm not going to run through all the entries to it. We've done it multiple times now, so we're just going to go straight into our double unders. So one of the options for this person, especially the way the jiu-jitsu has been progressing and all the rest of it in competition, points don't get awarded until you obviously secure a pass and things like that. So a lot of people now are going into a turtle position and feel very, very comfortable from defending from that. People even use it as a guard and have a turtle guard because they feel very, very comfortable. So one of the escapes from this is kind of like a late escape. So we have our early escape, the ones that we've been going through over the last couple of weeks, where he starts to do his little shoulder walk and bring his hips down and open himself up. However, the late escape to this is, so after I go down, grab his pants or whatever, start to shift him up, or still maintain myself from here and start to get my stack pass into here. So bang, boom, stack, start to stack. All right, I'm just going to hold him here for 2 seconds while we're discussing this. So a lot of times when people get to this position, it's very hard to now do that kind of early escape where you're dropping your hips down, because once your hips are off the ground and I'm able to keep them off the ground with either my knees or hips or whatever, it's very, very hard now to be able to bring yourself back into fight against this position. So what do people do? So as soon as they feel this momentum, bang, there you are. Normally go and roll into this turtle position. The issue that I have from an attacking perspective, just come back for me, please, bro, is that once I start to elevate, and if I was going from my normal stack and all the rest of it, I start doing this, and he goes, look at my position from here, right? This is not a stable base for me to be in. So if he's able to quickly roll, and then he can snap for a double or a single and start to turn the corner, and he can start to take me down or take my back or put me in a really bad position from that, right? And then I might have to accept that guard position from there. So it's very hard to control it when they've got the momentum through the roll. However, instead of trying to fight that momentum, we're going to try to use it to our advantage. So just come back here a bit. So I'm going to just run through it slowly. So go through, we've got our stack. The first sign that they're going to go is you'll see them start to turn the head. As soon as they start to turn the head like this, they're going to start rolling over. So the side that he goes to, I know that is the way that he's looking, is the way that he's going to start rolling himself to. So I'm going to take advantage of this. So right at the back of the pants, I'm going to get 4 fingers inside, grab the back of the pants. As he starts to roll at that, I'm going to grow and I'm going to stand and pull up at the same time and shoot him into where I want him to be, the turtle. Now you can see I'm already starting to pass him. I'm holding on for this position so he can't back out and create any space for himself, because I've got this position here. I'm going to drop myself down, and you can jump straight into this position. I'll slow it down though for you guys, which is just step, and then I'm just going to go from here and launch myself into my, what we call a bronco ride, I suppose, or a hip ride from this position, right? Now, you should be a nice little base like this. If you can't sit here and Titanic yourself and fly like a beautiful bird, then you probably don't have the right base. If you're too far forward like this, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to need posts. If you're too far back, you're going to start feeling like you want to fall backwards. So we kind of squeeze our knees and our thighs into this gap that's created here. Now, he'll stay tight here. You see his knees, a connection. He's got his connection, nice protection from here and from here. So it's very, very hard for me now just to be able to try to kick in and start creating some space to be able to get my feet inside. So once I'm in here, because he's now in this full defensive mode, I don't have to worry too much about worrying where my hands are to try to defend everything, because he's already committed his hands into this defense. So I go back, I'm going to put 2 hands in the back of his collar like this and rip him up. Once I rip him up from here, now it creates all the space that I need to be able to flick a hook in. If I can, I'll flick the hook in the other side. However, most of the time, this initial reaction, the only time you're able to do that is get that one hook in. Once I get the hook, and I can't get this hook in. If I can, I'll do it. If I can't do it, that's fine. I'll feed the opposite hand through, get my handcuff from this position, Dagestagi handcuff, and I can start to utilize this to open up the space to be able to get my second hook in. Now, where we look from a technical perspective here, as I said before when I first started, people are getting really, really good at being able to defend from this turtle position here, okay? So if I go straight to a seatbelt from this, I don't like it, right? As I said, people get too defensive. Bang, he's defending the choking arm. He goes 2-on-1. He does posts up, goes high, does whatever he needs to. And most of the time, I'm going to get shook off back, forward, side, whatever it is, okay? So it's actually quite hard to maintain this control with just both these hooks in here, even with the seatbelt. So what I want to do, keep my Dagestani handcuff that created the space for my second hook to come in, bring my other hand inside, and now I go doubles. So I do gable grip, and I'm going to lift my elbows and pull underneath kind of where his armpits are into the back of his biceps here and spread him out like this. I'm also then going to drive my hips and bring my legs into it like this. Now that I've got my hips driven down like this, I can pull my hands out and I can start to try to attack the neck, attack the choke. This is a much better position. MMA, obviously, I'm just going to be able to punch from this position. But with my hips driven down like this, you'll see my shoelaces are down, so my toes aren't dug in. All right, so I'm able to go through my hips and drive my hips down. So if he tries to get up from here, just hold my position. I'm not a small dude, but even like the smallest person can maintain this control because you're pressing down like this through the hips into their lower back, giving them no strength at all in that posture. So let's just quickly run through that one again. So blah, 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 blah. Go through the whole process. He gets up. I see his face start to look in the direction he's going. I change my grip to the back of the pants. I step through and lift, help in there, jump straight to the back into our ride, double hands in, pull up, create space for one hook. If I can get the other hook in, I will. If I can't, Dagestani handcuff on the other side. Pull in, create the space for my second hook, double unders, pressing up, pressing my hips down, holding him down, getting my hands out, start to attack from there. Whoosh.